I've been turning this Land Rover into my dream soft top Landy, and in this video I'm going to be fitting up 4 modifications that are going to totally transform the rear of this car. One of those is slightly controversial, so hang fire for that, and we'll jump into the video taking a look at the modifications that I've got planned so far. This project started life as a tired off-roading Defender 90 hardtop, complete with a winch, a lift kit and some serious bodywork damage. I got to work straight away stripping the overlanding kit, repainting it and removing the roof to fit a sand canvas to turn this into the ultimate beach runner. Now I'm nearing the end of this build, I'm focusing on the details that are really going to make this soft top stand out and turn heads. The first 2 modifications we have are from the guys at Optimil. The first being these rear light plinths. These will effectively allow me to mount up the fog lights and the reverse light into this metal plinth and then onto the body of the car. It just gives a much nicer finish than the standard plastic plinths. As I was taking them off whilst I was doing the paintwork, I ended up actually snapping the brittle plastic on these anyway. So I thought whilst I was changing them out, I may as well upgrade them for a nice metal finish and to continue the metal accents around the body of the car like I have done on the hinges that I fit up in last week's video. The second modification, again from the guys at Optimil, is this rear number plate light. Again, as standard on the Land Rovers, they're plastic, they're brittle, they just look really worn over time. This obviously won't happen with this. I've gone again for the same gunmetal finish, so we're carrying around those silver accents around the body of the car, and I'm excited to get this fit up too. So we'll get these fit up and then we'll have a look at the other modifications I've got planned for the rear of this car. Fitting this light plinth should be really easy. We've just got a foam gasket that will stick to the back of the plinth itself to stop any corrosion between the plinth and the body. We can then go behind, underneath kind of the rear mudguard and pull the bolt through from this side, through the plinth, through the body of the car and tighten that up. And then we can pull the light fixture through and then connect it up, and then we screw the bulb itself into the light plinth. The plinth has also got multiple holes depending on the style and age of your car, so hopefully whatever age Defender you've got, these should fit. I first stuck the foam gasket to the light plinth and then mounted it up in place, lining up the holes. I then dropped the bolts through the plinth into the body of the car, and then this was the tricky bit where I had to slide my hand up behind the mudguard and screw the nuts in place and tighten it all up. Once done, I could then slide the light into place, and with the kit you get 2 stainless bolts to bolt the light into the plinth itself. I then repeated the process for the reverse light, mounting up the gasket, the plinth, and then slotting the light into place and doing up the 2 final bolts. How good do they look all mounted up? I'm really happy with the final finish of those. They're really easy to fit up. I'll leave a link down below. And now we'll move on to the second modification, which is the gunmetal number plate light. So the number plate light itself is probably easier to fit up than the light plinths, if that's even possible. We've already got it pre-wired up and it'll just be a plug and play loom. So I just have to push that through the body of the car. The light itself has got captive fixtures ready to receive the bolts that come in the kit. You can undo those, push the lamp against the body of the car, and then from the inside we screw these bolts through the body into the lamp, and then it's all fitted up, plugged in, ready to go. Now, unlike most 5-minute Defender jobs, this job actually only took 5 minutes. All I had to do was pull the cable through the car and tighten up the bolts on the other side, and we've got a refreshed number plate light. So the third upgrade, which is perhaps a little bit controversial, is the fact that I'm going to be changing out all of the clear lights on this car for coloured lenses. The reason being, I want to have a heritage look to this car, and I think the coloured lights give it more of that look. So I'm going to remove these clear lights and replace them with the coloured ones. I've lost track of how many times I've had to remove the side lights, indicators, brake lights from this car, but hopefully this will be for the last time. The lights just have 2 screws in them, which you can easily remove with a posi drive screwdriver, and then we can get ready to fit up the new ones. So these are the lights in question. These are the ones that I'm going to be replacing the clears with. They're effectively like for like. They're WiPack, they're LEDs, but they're just coloured lenses rather than clear. A shout out to Life in the Landy on Instagram. We did a bit of a trade. They were looking for clear lenses for their build. I was looking for coloured. So we just did a quick trade. So it's really good, nice to meet those guys. Shout out, I'll leave a link down below. Go and give those guys a follow too. Let's get these fitted up and have a look what it looks like. So that's the coloured lenses all mounted up. I'm really happy with how they're looking. I think they just look a bit more heritage, a bit more in line with the rest of the build, so I'm really happy with those. The final modification I've got in my hand, and again, it's a little bit controversial, and I'm not going to put it on in today's video because I'd like to get your guys' thoughts, and that is badging for the back. Now, I've had this old school retro plaque since before I even owned a Defender, and I was really tempted to get this mounted up onto the back of the Defender. What I'd probably do is put some fake rivets in and then double-sided tape it to the back and put it there. I just think it like harks back to an old school time. I think it'd be really nice to fit up, especially as it's part of the journey where I've owned it, as I say, since I first bought my Defender. The other option is to have a metal plaque like I've got on the back of Scout. Again, I'd just like some sort of heritage badge, but if you guys can think of any other options, either this, the badge that I've got on Scout, or any other choices, please let me know in the comments below, and in the next video I'll get it fit up. So that's the end of the 4 modifications that I had planned for Project Blue in this episode. We've got the Optimil gunmetal fixings for the rear light and the light plinths. We've got the badge that I may or may not fit up depending on what you guys let me know beneath, and also we've got the coloured lenses from WiPack. I'm so happy with the transformation. I think this build is really coming together. So yeah, be sure to subscribe to follow the journey, and if you've enjoyed this video, please drop it a like. It really helps the channel out, and I'll see you in the next episode. Hey guys, in this video I've got a very big but very exciting package to open up and to fit to my Land Rover Defender.